Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another sports stuff video. Today we'll be doing a two-round mock draft for the 2023 NFL Draft. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Today, my microphones are still not, the best settings in the world, but we're gonna be rocking with what we got. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully, I'll do more draft content. So let's get started, shall we? Start. There we go. So the Texans are on the clock. I think that if you're gonna have the number one overall pick, what you gotta do is get yourself your franchise quarterback, Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young is easily the number one quarterback in this class. I love C.J. Stroud, but I think Bryce Young is a completely different guy. You know what I mean? He's the highest graded quarterback in the country this season, and I think he's just complete. I'm just being honest. I think he has everything you need in a franchise quarterback. And we've seen his Alabama quarterbacks work out. While Ohio State, obviously Justin Fields is amazing, but before Justin Fields, Ohio State is a very easy system to play in. So in my opinion, I just think that Bryce Young would be the best pick. Right here, the Las Vegas Raiders. I actually think the Las Vegas Raiders would do a trade. I think a team would be willing to trade up. And what team do I think that would be? Let's look at who has some pretty good draft picks. Oh, would you look at that? Is that Detroit with two picks in the top 11? Well, I think it would be. I think Carolina Panthers would be wanting to trade up to number two, but I think that Detroit, they just offer too much. They can offer two first round picks and a first next year to move up to number nine overall. Oh, that's why. Oh my God, I'm the dumbest person in the world. It's for two. Oh my God, I am just not intelligent, dude. Oh my God. Like, how dumb am I? There we go. So Detroit, I think Detroit would trade their three first round picks, two this year and one next year to trade up. And I think they easily grab C.J. Stroud just in front of the Panthers, where I think the Panthers are like, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Like you've got to be kidding me!" I think that just because the Detroit has a way better um, draft capital to move up, I think that's why they get him. And I think that C.J. Stroud, I think he's really good. I think he's a very good quarterback. But like every Ohio State quarterback, he's gonna get that knock of, oh, would you look at that? He's just an Ohio State quarterback, part of the system. But I mean, he's amazing at avoiding sacks, and he's still a high graded quarterback. I think that just like Justin Fields before him, he's able to beat that stigma of, oh, there's an Ohio State quarterback. I do think that the Detroit Lions are a team that they have a top offensive line. Like they have a very good offensive line, and C.J. Stroud is going to thrive behind a really good offensive line, then give him time to go through his progressives, his reads. Sorry, progress through his reads. I think the Lions are the perfect team for that. They have a first round wide receiver from last year. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's been really good. They have a running game. They have a defense that's somewhat competent. I think that C.J. Stroud to the Lions makes the most sense in my opinion. The Carolina Panthers, they're kind of like, man, do we reach for Will Levis? Do we do it? I don't think they do. I think they stick with Will Anderson Jr. Will Anderson Jr. is still the best non-quarterback in this class, and you can make the argument that regardless of positional value, Will Anderson is the best player in this class. I mean, he's 6'4", 240. Like he's so powerful, so explosive, and he already has 28 pressures this year. Like he is the defense for Alabama. He's just been absolutely amazing since he's come into the college football playoff. I mean, college football. I think he's gonna be very good in the NFL as well. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles. It's crazy that this team is gonna be a Super Bowl contender with a top five pick, but that's what happens. I think they can easily take an edge, and that edge I think would. Well, actually, let me see if where is Brian Breezy? Ooh, I'm gonna go Miles Murphy because this team has been trying to sign edges and trade for edges all season. I mean, they signed Hassan Reddick. They lost Brandon Graham for the rest of the season. I mean, no, Derek Barnett. They lost Derek Barnett for the rest of the season. They have Josh Sweat. They trade for the linebacker from the Bears, Robert Quinn. They signed Ndamukong Suh, Linval Joseph, who are obviously interior players. But I mean, they're trying to sign so much help for this defensive line. I think Miles Murphy can be that star pass rusher that they're looking for off the edge. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I think this is a team they could really use a wide receiver. Now, do they go a wide receiver? I don't know. I think while they could also use a wide receiver, I think interior pass rush could also be helpful for them with Jalen Carter. But I think I'm gonna go wide receiver and Quentin Johnson. Johnston. Sorry, Quentin Johnston is easily the best receiver in this class. At the beginning of the season, I thought Jordan Addison would take over that role, but I do think that Quentin Johnston has just been superior and just better than any other wide receiver the college football season so far. And the Bears, I think they go right after him. I think you see two receivers go one after another. They're both really good, and the only reason that I have Quentin Johnson over him is that he's 6'4", 215, when Jordan Addison is 6 foot 175, kind of like that Devontae Smith size. But I mean, Quentin Johnson is 6'4", 215. That's a big body receiver who can move the ball quick. He's amazing with the ball as anyone else that's gonna be in the league. And again, Jordan Addison's still a very good pick. I think the Bears would be happy with that. They now have Jordan Addison on the boundary, Chase Claypool at the wide receiver, and you move Darnell Mooney inside, or you put Claypool at the slot wide receiver role, and he's an oversized slot guy. I think that's really interesting. They do a lot with that lineup. Next up is the Seattle Seahawks. And this is a team that could go a couple different ways. I think they would go with Jalen Carter, though. I think Jalen Carter would be a very good pick for them. The fact that he would slip out of the top five would be really lucky for them. This is a team that has no run stuffers whatsoever. And I think Jalen Carter would solve that. And he's an amazing pass rusher. But I think his big body, big frame is going to transfer really well into run stuffing as well. He's the entire package at D tackle. Um, Next up is the Raiders at number 8 overall. The Raiders have so much stuff that they need help with. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an edge go right here. And Andre Carter. But I mean, top 8 is very high. I mean, a corner wouldn't be bad either. I think they could use a corner. I mean, they did trade for Rock Yassin, but I think that Kelly Ringo would be really good. They're also looking for a right tackle. They could use a right tackle. But I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. Oh man, this is a hard team to mock for. Hmm. I think I'm gonna go Peter Skoronsky. He is a left tackle, but I think you can move him to right tackle, or at worst, move him into left guard. He has very short arms, yes, but I mean Rashawn Slater is being successful in the league, so I think Peter Skoronsky can also be successful. But if you want to move him into guard, you can. He'd be an elite guard, or you push him out the right tackle. I think that'd be another good option as well. Have a really good tackle pairing with Colton Miller and Peter Skoronsky. That'd be a really good pairing in my opinion at tackle for the next 4 or 5 years because I don't know how long Colton Miller's contract is. Next up is the Houston Texans. They got Bryce Young. Um, I mean, man, I'm thinking of go Olu Fashanu. I mean, this is a team that needs to rebuild fully. If I am the Houston Texans, I'm trading Laramie Tunsil, and Olu Fashanu is one of the highest risers in all of college football. But I mean, imagine getting a pairing of Keely Ringo or even Christian Gonzalez. I think I'm gonna go Olufashanu. Now Olufashanu, very good. He's very good. I think he has the possibility to play both sides of the line, but he's 6'6", 321. It's very interesting. Now, like he's just good. Like he's just really good. No hits, no sacks, only like 6 hurries or 7 hurries. But he's been one of the best pass protectors in the entire league, in the entire country. I really think Olufashano with the Houston Texans. If Larry Tunsil does get traded, he can start at left tackle. If he doesn't get traded, they can move him at right tackle. I know Titus Howard is out there, but I think Olufashano is better and younger, and on a rookie contract. I would really just trade out. Again, you got your franchise quarterback. Now get him some franchise help at tackle for the long term. Next up is the Steelers. I think the Steelers are wishing that they could have gotten Olufashanu, but obviously they can't. I'm actually going to get them going with Christian Gonzalez. I think Christian Gonzalez is the best corner in college football. I still like a lot of the other corners. It's not like I don't like Keely Ringo. I love Clark Phillips. I really like Eli Ricks and Jalen Jones. I like Cam Smith. But I think that Christian Gonzalez is just absolutely a beast. I think he's just a beast. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. He's had a career year and everything. 4 pass breakups, a pick, tackles, everything. And I think he just plays the game right. So I really like Christian Gonzalez to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have no cornerbacks at all, basically. The Raiders, their second pick, I think they got to go defense. And I think this is where Andre Carter could go. Andre Carter out of Army has been another riser. He's been a very high riser coming out of the season. Jared Varze is also a guy I think could go right here, but I think they're gonna go for a smaller school guy. I think Army's a perfect place to get him. He's a senior, a true senior. He's 6'7", 260. I mean, he has 10 pressures. He has like like, what was it? What was it? Eight like crap. What was it? It was over 12% of his pass rushing is a pressure. That's elite. That is elite from any pass rusher. So the fact that he's coming from a small school like Army, I think he's easily risen all the way up to 11. I think another guy he could go is Felix Anudike Uzama. I think he's also been a really good edge rusher this year. Atlanta. I think they got to go defense. I don't think Will Levis goes here. I really don't. I don't see Will Levis going in the in the top like 15. I just don't see it. I think they can go corner, get a pairing with AJ Terrell, get a lockdown corner next to AJ Terrell. Safety is also a possibility. Brian Branch. Edge though, I think they could really use an edge. I'm gonna go Felix Anudike Uzama. I'm really high in Uzama. I really am. Him and Tyree Wilson are my guys. I think they're both top five locks at the position. Um, but yeah, Uzama, 6'4", 255. He has 19 sacks since the start of last season. He's a guy who doesn't just get pressures, he completes the plays and gets the tackles, and I love that from, a guy from Kansas State. Arizona, this team that absolutely is going corner. Um, I'm gonna go Keely Ringo, even though I think Cam Smith is a little bit better than Keely Ringo. I mean, Keely Ringo is still a great corner, but I'm very high on certain guys over other guys. I like production, and Keely Ringo had a really slow start to the season, but he's obviously rebounding pretty well. Uh, Joey Porter's another guy, Clark Phillips, but I think that Keely Ringo is easily one of the best corners in this class. I mean, only 4 catches on 13 targets. Uh, it's amazing. He's 6'2", 210, and he's very physical, and I love that for Arizona because I feel like him and Buda Baker and Byron Murphy. That's a physical three trifecta at safety and corner. Then you have Isaiah Simmons and Zayvon Collins in the middle at linebacker. I really like that for the Arizona Cardinals defense. Green Bay, good for them. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba is available, but I don't know. I think Brian Branch could be a great pick here, or Michael Mayer. I'm gonna go Michael Mayer. I mean, Michael Mayer is obviously the best receiving tight end in this class, but he's actually low key one of the better blocking tight ends as well. Like he is the complete package when it comes to tight end, and I think that's absolutely what they need for Green Bay is a receiving threats, and obviously uh, the fact that he can block as well is definitely a big plus. And that's something I would really look forward to as a Green Bay Packers fan if I was able to get Michael Mayer. And this is where I think Will Levis goes. I think Will Levis to the Indianapolis Colts is good. Is like that's one of the locks, I think. I don't think he's going to go top 15. I think 15 is his max. Anything past, I think Washington would take him. I think Tampa would take him. I think Denver might take him. Uh, Seattle, Tennessee, the Giants, like there's a lot of teams past 15 that if he slipped into the early, late teens, early 20s, they would trade up and grab him. So Will Levis, he has obviously all the prototypical sizing that you want in an NFL quarterback. No production though, and a lot of people are really turning against him, which is really interesting to me. I think he's an okay guy. I don't think he's great. I think he's okay. But again, honestly, I'm lower on him than a lot of people. People have him going top five, like Malik Willis last year. I don't think so. I don't think so. And for the Washington Commanders, I'm going Cam Smith. My true number one corner in this entire class is Cam Smith. 6 foot, 188, only 6 catches on 13 targets for 38 yards. That's 8 yards a game, guys. Like, he is, in my opinion, the best corner in all of college football. And I think that in the draft process, he's gonna skyrocket up people's boards. But I think Cam Smith is easily the number one cornerback in this class. Again, I know Christian Gonzalez is there, Keely Ringo, and a lot of people are high on Jalen Jones. But I think Cam Smith is the best corner in this class. The Chargers, they're a team I think could reach for a Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean Jackson, he's definitely good. He's not bad. He's definitely good. Um, he's 6 foot, 200 pounds. And he's had a really bad season so far due to injury, and he's only played like 60 or 70 snaps all season. I'm gonna go Jackson Smith and Jigba just because of how much help the Chargers need, and a big body in the slots might be what Justin Herbert needs in the middle of the field. I think that you guys start rebuilding this wide receiver core. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams have been in and out of the lineup. Keenan Allen's been out for a while, and like they just had a game where they played their like third and fourth and fifth string guys, and they do absolutely nothing. Get Justin Herbert more help. I think Jack Smith and Jigba could be that big body receiver in the middle and the slots. And if Mike Williams goes down, he could be that big, that guy on the outside, the big guy. Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals. This is interesting. They can go a couple places, man. This could be a Branch spot in case Von Bell doesn't come back. But they drafted a guy last year from Michigan. Um, wow, I cannot remember his name. What was his name? Bengals 2022 draft. What was his name? Daxton Hill. There it is. Daxton Hill they drafted. Uh, I think that he's gonna take over as safety once he's gone. But one position they do need to fix up is corner. Now it really is up to what guy you think is better. I like to lean more Clark Phillips than Joey Porter. That's just me personally. I think Joan Jones could also get some shouts here, but I think Clark Phillips, he is a little bit shorter. Oh, I'm gonna go Joey Porter though. I'm gonna go Joey Porter. Joey Porter, I mean, he's just taller. He's 6'2", 200 compared to 5'10", 180. I mean, he's a bigger body. I think the Bengals, if they needed a slot guy, I would have gone Clark Phillips. I think Clark Phillips is better in the slot in the NFL, and Joey Porter is more of a boundary guy. If they needed a slot guy more than a boundary guy, I would have gone Clark Phillips. But I think just because they need more of a boundary, I'm gonna go Joey Porter. Now the Buccaneers have so many issues. Um, they're a team that could trade back. I mean, look at who's still available. Brian Breezy's still available, guys. It's just that so many teams have needed secondary help. Like, look at how many cornerbacks have been taken. This has been. I feel like they need a cornerback more than anything. But I think this is where Brian Breezy goes. I think Brian Breezy to Tampa Bay makes the most sense. I would have gone Paris Johnson Jr. to get someone opposite of Tristan Wirfs long term. But I mean, Donovan Smith, I just don't know if they're going to cut him ever. Like me personally, he would have been cut this off season, but I mean they kept him, so they might keep him for another season on his contract. But Brian Breezy, uh, he's your Indomitian Sue replacement next to Vita Vea. And if I'm the Buccaneers, I gotta think about that defense for the next upcoming years because they're gonna have a lot of guys that are gonna get walk in free agency or retire, yada yada. I think you gotta start rebuilding that defense and then focusing on offense, in the later rounds. The Denver Broncos. I think tackles 100% in the picture. So is linebacker Trenton Simpson, but I think I'm gonna go Paris Johnson Jr. Paris Johnson. I mean, I like Broderick Jones. I do like Broderick Jones, but I think that at this point in the draft, the fact that Paris Johnson Jr. is still available, who's like the number two or number three tackle in my opinion. I mean, 6'6", 310. He's only allowed 4 pressures this year. Like he can play left tackle, he can play right tackle. So if you want to keep Garrett Bowles and move him to right tackle, you can. If you want to move on from Garrett Bowles and put him at left tackle, you can. That's why I think is the most important thing. He has the versatility to play both sides of the line. New England, interesting what the New England Patriots could do. I think they could reach for Kayshon Boutte. I mean, I think Kayshawn is barely outside the first round pick. I mean, barely outside the first round at this point for a lot of people, and I don't blame them. I really don't blame them for having Kayshawn Boutte out of the first round. As honestly, I probably would have him out of the first round as well. I probably would as well. I mean, 6 foot 200, but I mean, he's no production this year. Like he's having a bad season. But so is everyone on the LSU offense. Everyone's having a bad season. So I think Kayshon Boutte, I think give him an offense like the Patriots where he's a true number one receiver. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. Him and Jacoby Myers would be really interesting together. And the Patriots finally get their number one receiver. The Seattle Seahawks, though, they grabbed Jalen Carter. I think they can go for a. I mean, they have Boya Mafe. Remember, they have Boya Mafe. You want to grab a guy who is like Boya Mafe, where he's very athletic, but you also want a guy who can play off of Boya Mafe. And I think, a Jared Varse would be really good. But I think, I mean, the fact that Nolan Smith has fallen this far, you got to grab Nolan Smith. He's a top 15-ish prospect. He's 6'3", 235. He has, I mean, his run defense is amazing, and he can pass rush. Again, like I said, their run defense is very bad. I think that if you can get Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, both of the guys from Georgia, pair up the Georgia guys together, that is an absolute W in my opinion. They have one of the best run defenses in the entire. They might have the number one running defense in college football, and to bring both of them into your scheme, I would be very happy about that. I think they would be very happy about that as well. The Jets, ooh, the Jets. I'm going Broderick Jones. You can't trust Mekhi Becton. Right tackle is still a mess. I'm going Broderick Jones for protection against Mekhi Becton not coming back healthy again, and if he can move out the right tackle. The Buffalo Bills interior offensive line is interesting. Um, I mean, their cornerbacks have played really well this year. I think I am gonna go Osiris Torrance. I mean, Osiris Torrance is really the only first round guy on the interior of the offensive line that I think is even worth a darn. Like to even be in the first round. He's 6'5", 350. I mean, he's been really good. I mean, he's been really good. Uh, but I don't know. I don't know. He's a boomer bust guy, and I think the Buffalo Bills can make him boom. Put him next to Deion Dawson on that left side. That'd be very interesting to see how good that left side could be. But I think Josh Allen just needs more protection, needs more help on the offensive line. Everyone's aging out. They signed 1-year flyers. This week give him some stability for the next couple of years. The Baltimore Ravens. I know I hate to do it because I have to face them every gosh darn year. They're getting Bijan Robinson. Like, imagine this run scheme with Bijan Robinson, Bijan, J.K., Gus Edwards. That trio of running backs with Lamar Jackson. Oh my God, I would hate to go against them. Oh wait, I go against them every year, twice. Aha, awesome. That's just if that could actually happen for the Baltimore Ravens, that's an absolute W. First last year with what's his name? Tyler Linderbaum falling and now Bijan Robinson. Yes, he's a running back, you don't grab him in the first round, but Bijan Robinson is different, dude. He is an offense by himself. Then put him next to J.K. Dobbins and Lamar Jackson. Oh my God, I can't I hope they don't get him. The Tennessee Titans. I think they just need more defense help. This is a team I think this more defense would be really helpful. I think I'm gonna go Tyree Wilson. He's definitely a guy I'm thinking of. But I think I'm actually going with Jared Varse. I mean, Jared Varse has been rising up my board. I'm okay with admitting that. I've been pretty high on Jared Varse the last week or two. Um, I try to do as much look like stuff as I could before I got into this draft. I want to look up a lot of guys. I mean, he's an athlete. He's an athlete. He's an amazing pass rusher. I mean, he's playing through a knee injury right now, and he's still a high 80s pass rusher through PFF. So I really like Jared Varse. Hopefully his production can continue, but I think that no matter what with Tennessee, he can be really good. And I believe the Tennessee Titans they lost the former Steelers player to an ACL injury this year, so Jared Varse can step right into a starter role next year because I'm sure that guy's not coming back. Ooh, Clark Phillips. Wow, I'm gonna go Brian Branch. I think Brian Branch and this Dallas defense, they haven't really had a true start. I mean, they have Xavier McKinney, they have Julian Love. I think Branch is better than Julian Love. I don't think that's a hot take. I really don't think it's a hot take. I think most people would agree, and they're like, yeah, yeah, he's better than them. Um, I mean, better than Xavier McKinney is, obviously it's up to the person. But I think he is better than Xavier McKinney, and I would definitely say he's better than Julian Love. I mean, Brian Branch can just be a secondary by himself, basically. Um, Let me see. There he is. 6 foot, 193. I mean, you want him everywhere. 125 career tackles, and I mean, 125 career tackle attempts, and he's only missed two. And for a Giants defense that is not good at tackling, and I mean, maybe they're better this year, but historically not good at tackling, Brian Branch is the answer, and he's going to test out amazingly. He's going to test out amazingly. And he's a guy I would probably give the red dot to. I would give the red dot to Brian Branch. I really would. The New York Giants have a lot of needs, but I think wide receiver is obviously one of them. They're a team that could reach for a Josh Downs or a Jalen Hyatt. I think Jalen Hyatt could easily sneak into the first round. But I'm gonna go Trenton Simpson. Trenton Simpson is easily the best linebacker in this class right now. There's a lot of guys I thought would be better, and they're just not. Um, but Trenton Simpson, 6'3", 230. He's only allowed 16 catches across 26 targets. So, he's only allowing about 10 yards per target that he actually gets caught. But he's a really good tackler. He's if you're looking for a Mike linebacker, which I think the Giants are, Trenton Simpson is your guy. So I think it's a really good fit. The Minnesota Vikings, yes, they need corner, but I'm actually gonna go Jalen Hyatt. I know I just said Jalen Hyatt could sneak into the first round. I knew I was going to say that because I knew I was going to go Jalen Hyatt to the Minnesota Vikings. Imagine Jalen Hyatt next to Justin Jefferson for the next 4 or 5 years. Insane. He's 6'1", 180. He's having a great season with Tennessee. I think he has everything you want in a number two receiver. You move then Adam Thielen to the three. And I think that's exactly where Adam Thielen is at in his career. Jalen Hyatt and Justin Jefferson are the big play, and then Adam Thielen is that red zone target. That's exactly what I think the Minnesota Vikings would want. With Irv Smith and TJ Hawkinson, give Kirk Cousins all the weapons he needs. Ugh, I'm very thirsty. Next up is the Kansas City Chiefs. What edges? Ooh, Isaiah Foskey's still available. But Siaki Ika is still available too. Ooh. See, the Chiefs are so hard because it feels like they don't need any help. I'm gonna go Tyree Wilson. Just because I like Tyree Wilson, I'm gonna go Tyree Wilson. Um, I think he's really gonna start rising up people's boards. I mean, 6'6", 275, 7 foot plus wingspan. But I mean, he had 31 pressures on the season. I'm sorry, he has 31 pressures on this season after recording 37 pressures last year. He is a pressure god, and I think it's really paying off for him coming back for that fifth year. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's like a true senior because of the COVID season. Um, yeah, Tyree Wilson, he's gonna do really good. I think he's gonna get drafted pretty high, and I think this is a team that could really use him next to George Karlaftis for the future and Chris Jones. The Philadelphia Eagles are interesting again. They're back on the board. This is their pick, obviously. They got Miles Murphy at number 4. What do they actually need? And I don't know. They could use a lot of different positions, but I think the position I'm gonna go is gonna be Antonio Johnson. I mean, they could really use a safety. They're still starting McLeod. What's his first name? But it's McLeod. I know it's McLeod. They're still starting McLeod in 2022. Get Antonio Johnson. He's 6'3", 195. I mean, he's a very good ball hawk. But I think he's also eh when it comes to like the pass rush. But I think he's a pretty decent ball hawk. He can tackle. Um, he's more of a slot guy, so I would definitely play him in the strong safety slot role. But I mean, they could really use that. So I think the Antonio Johnson pick is a pretty good pick for them at 31. They don't like my Olu Fashanu pick, but that's fine. I think Olu Fashanu is one of, if not the best tackle in this class, so I don't really care. The Texans are now on the board. I think they go Josh Downs. I think genuinely, see now when you grab the franchise quarterback in Bryce Young, you get him franchise protection and you get him a franchise weapon. And I think that Josh Downs can turn into that franchise weapon. He's everything you're looking for. He's electric. He can play every part on the offense. He catches 86% of his targets. 86% of his targets, guys. 86 he catches. He is only 5'10. He is only 175, but I think you have Brandon Cooks still if you want to keep him. You put Josh Downs at the Y receiver role right now, and eventually I think he can become a true number one receiver. But I think for the first year, put him at the Y role. Have, kind of like Chris Olave. Chris Olave is going to become the franchise wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints. That's what they're hoping for. But he's starting out as the number 2 receiver right now, and next year he'll be the number 1. I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. I think they should do with Josh Downs. The Raiders, I think they got to go corner, and Clark Phillips is right there. Again, I've been speaking very high on Clark Phillips. He's one of my favorite corners, but I think he needs a very specific system that to really shine. And I think that system is where he's not the number 1 corner. I think they have Rock Yassin, who's a very young corner. I think he's pretty decent. His size is obviously a problem, but he has 5 picks. He has 5 picks already. He has the eighth highest coverage grade in all of college football. He's a top 10 coverage guy who in the second round you can get and be your slot, or even if you want to play him at boundary, you could. But I would play him in the slot, let him dominate the slot. But he has 5 picks. He's been very good for them. I think he's a pretty decent tackler as well, and he's still young. He's still young, so him and Rock Ya-Sin can be good together for a good 5 to 8 years. The New Orleans Saints are on the board for the first time. I mean, is there a quarterback? If I'm the Saints, I'm trading this to the Packers. I'm not gonna lie. New Orleans Saints. If I'm the Saints, I'm calling the Packers up and I'm saying, give me Jordan Love for this pick. That's what I would say. I would tell them, give me Jordan Love for this pick. There we go. Okay, cool. I think they trade their second round pick this year for Jordan Love. That's what I would do at least. So I think the Packers, they would get the. Why is it not letting me trade? Okay, whatever. Nick, please delete all that. So the New Orleans Saints are on the board. If I'm them, I'm trading the second round pick for Jordan Love. I think you could easily get Jordan Love for a second round pick. But I'm gonna go Tanner McKee for now. But that's a stand-in for Jordan Love. I think you trade the second round pick for Jordan Love. I think the Packers take it. They have Aaron Rodgers still. I don't know if he retires at the end of the season. There's been people saying that he might retire at the end of the season because it's been a pretty bad season for them, and they might actually be knocked out of the playoffs soon. I would just trade it for Jordan Love, see what you can do. But the Jacksonville Jaguars are back on the board after getting their franchise wide receiver. What kind of tackles? Ooh, Dewan Jones is still available. But I mean, Jawan Taylor and Cam Robinson have played pretty well. At least Jawan Taylor has. I think I would give Jawan Taylor another year. Um, let's see. They could use another corner. Jalen Jones is right there. Again, I'm pretty high on Jalen Jones. I'm not really high on Jalen Jones. Wow, wow. I'm higher on Garrett Williams than I am Jalen Jones. That's just me. I like Garrett Williams. He's 6 foot, 190. He has 14 career pass breakups and 4 picks in 2 seasons. Like that's ball hawk level, and I think he could take the next step in college, in the NFL. I actually am gonna go Garrett Williams. Again, I'm high on Garrett Williams. I know that. People are high on Jalen Jones. I'm high on Garrett Williams. The Steelers. Ooh, this is a team that could go Dewan Jones. I'm gonna go Dewan Jones. I think Dewan Jones is better than Anton Harrison. I know that's a hot take. I know people who really like Anton Harrison, but I like Dewan Jones better. I think both Ohio State tackles are gonna get taken, and I think they're both gonna be within the first 2 rounds. Within the top 36 picks, I have them going. So, the Panthers, man, I think I'm gonna go Jameer Gibbs. I'm gonna go Jameer Gibbs, because they obviously trade Christian McCaffrey. There's no quarterback I would take right here. Um, get your franchise running back again. You know, get some help for whatever quarterback you do have back there. Hmm. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the Panthers taking Jameer Gibbs. I think that was a good pick for them. The Rams. Ooh, the Rams. The Rams. The Rams. I mean, maybe Anton Harrison goes here. Maybe he goes here. Hmm. He is 6'5", 315. I think I'm gonna go Anton Harrison. They've had a lot of tackle problems, right? Again, I know obviously I just said I think DeJuan Jones is better, but I still think tackle is such a premium pick that you do reach. I mean, Jalen Duncan's pretty good, okay. I mean, pretty good as well. But I like Anton Harrison to go into the Rams because I know he's gonna start immediately. He's gonna start immediately, get that playing time. I think that's good for them. Is there Siaki Ika? Now, Siaki Ika is not going to be here in real life. He's going to be a first round pick. But I think the Cleveland Browns grabbing Siaki Ika in the second rounds solves the D tackle problem immediately. I love Siaki Ika, as almost every draft guy likes him now. He's become the darling of this year's class. Kind of like Perion Winfrey last year. But I think Siaki Ika is way better, obviously. Um, he's just good, man. 6'4", 358. Like, he's a pass rusher, but with a massive body, so he can be a run defender. That's exactly what the Browns need next to Myles Garrett. The Steelers are back on the board 4 picks later. Mm, I think I'm gonna go. I like BJ Ojolari. I'm gonna go Isaiah Foskey. Uh, that's a toss up. You could choose either Isaiah Foskey or BJ Ojolari. I think you walk away happy no matter what. Um, but I went Isaiah Foskey because obviously he's had a pretty bad 2022 season. 6'5", 265. I think he'll be good in the NFL. I mean, his run defense and pass rushing grades are still solid. They're not great, but they're solid. I think in the Pittsburgh Steelers, you put anyone next to T.J. Watt, I mean, opposite T.J. Watt, they're going to produce. I think Isaiah Foskey is built for the NFL. I mean, he can really set the edge, push the pockets. I like Isaiah Foskey to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Detroit Lions. Oh, the Lions, the Lions. A corner's possibility. Emmanuel Forbes, eh. I'd rather go Jalen Jones if I do go anyone right here. Ooh, Jordan Battle's still available. Do I go? Do I go Gervon Dexter? I mean, he's 6'6", 312. Hmm. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no for now. Man, if I'm the Lions, I'm trading back, dude. I'm trading back. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I gotta do it. Yes, Noah Sewell has been very disappointing so far this year. But guys, guys. There is not a chance, if you guys know me, there's not a chance I'm not drafting Noah Sewell knowing his brother's on the Lions. The Lions are the team of brothers, dude. They have so many like brothers on their team. I am not letting this happen. Noah Sewell is gonna be playing with Panay Sewell, both from Oregon, both brothers from Hawaii. That's too perfect. I know Noah Sewell has struggled this year at linebacker. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm a-okay with him next to Malcolm Rodriguez. Next up is the Seattle Seahawks. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad. Uh, Maybe another corner opposite of Tariq Woolen. Maybe that would be good. Again, I'm fixing their defense. Their offense has not been the problem this year. It has not been the problem this year, guys. I'm gonna go Jalen Jones. Again, Tariq Woolen. I think you go Jalen Jones. I know they like to take those third, fourth, fifth round corners. I think Chris Abrams Drain would be really good for them. Um, Makai Garner as well. I think would be solid for them. Where's Stephen Gilmore? And Stephen Gilmore, I think that'd be a really good day three pick for them. But I'm gonna go a day two pick in Jalen Jones. I know they don't do this usually, but Jalen Jones, 6'2", 205, like only allowed 4 catches this season. I mean, 6'2", 205 is just a great frame for a corner. I think he plays uh play action really well. Doesn't get beat really. I think he's done really well at Texas A&M this year. The Cardinals. Ooh. I'm gonna go BJ Ojolari finally. I think BJ Ojolari is a really good pick for them. They need more edge help. JJ Watt can't do it all. Zach Allen is obviously just Zach Allen. He's not like a franchise guy. I think BJ Ojolari, brother of Aziz Ojolari, can really help them improve next season. Green Bay. Do they go Rasheed Rice? I mean, I like Demis, but it's just way too early for him. Do I go Rasheed Rice? I like Rasheed Rice. I think he's a solid day two pick. I also like Parker Washington, but I mean, Rasheed Rice is 6'3". I like Zay Flowers as well. Don't talk about Zay Flowers. But again, I think they need a. I mean, Christian Watson's been really good. Romeo Dubs has been really good. They draft Michael Mayer. Maybe they go offensive line. Andrew Voorhees is pretty good. They might go center or guard here. I think I'm gonna go Andrew Voorhees. I mean, 6'6", 325, a 90 overall. I mean, a 90 Oh, he is. Yeah, I'm going Andrew Voorhees. So the Packers are a team that take versatile offensive linemen. Elton Jenkins is a great example. Zach Thomas is a great example. I think Andrew Voorhees fits that mold. He played left tackle and left guard at USC. I think Andrew Voorhees is definitely one of the risers this year at the offensive line position. Grab him. You have three guys who can rotate really anywhere on the offensive line. Next up is the Falcons. They grabbed Felix Enrique Uzama. Honestly, a pretty bad draft so far from them. Um, I'm really feeling corner for them. I'm really feeling corner. And I think it might be Chris Abram Drain. I mean, he's only 5'11 though. Emmanuel Forbes, Devin Witherspoon. I'm gonna go Devin Witherspoon. I'm gonna go Devin Witherspoon. Uh, 6 foot 180. He's a little light, but I think he's definitely not a bad player. He's definitely not a bad player. I mean, he's played all 10 games, has played almost all their snaps, has an interception on the season. He's allowed a 36.8 passer rating this season, which is elite. So I think Devin Witherspoon to Atlanta Falcons, not the Hawks. The Falcons next to AJ Terrell. That's a really good corner duo. The Colts, they grab Will Levis. I think this is a team that could grab Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is a little, he's not 6'5" or anything, but I think he can run a lot of routes that they're gonna need. They have number one Michael Pittman. They had the number two, and Alec Pierce slash Zay Flowers. Now they both can fight for that role. Whoever doesn't win that one can become the number three. And I think Zay Flowers and Alec Pierce, really good. Those are really good options for those two. He's 5'10", 170. I think I'll probably put him in the slot. But I think get more weapons for whatever quarterback. I mean, I guess for Will Levis, get as many weapons for a young quarterback as you can get. That's what I preach. The Commanders are on the board. Um, yeah, I was about to say Jalen Duncan's actually a pretty good pick right here. I mean, I like Connor Beebe as well, but I think it's got to be. Man, man, I don't know. Just, I'm gonna go Jalen Duncan. I mean, he's been pretty decent out of Maryland. I might regret that. I might regret that. Blake Freeland, man, he's been pretty good. If I could redo it, I think I'd go Blake Freeland. I'm fine with that. Jalen Duncan, whatever, it's fine. I would have gone. I think I would redo it and go Blake Freeland. The Bengals are on the board again. I am not going to go offensive line for them. I think they got to suck it up and play whatever. I'm going to go Drew Sanders, though. I think they need more help at linebacker than people want to admit. Obviously, Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt have played really good. But I think grabbing the number two linebacker in this class at this point, and Drew Sanders at the number three position, because they drafted Noah Sewell over Drew Sanders. I think Drew Sanders, 6'5", 230. I mean, he has a pass rushing prowess. He has an off ball prowess. Uh, Generally, he's been really good. He's forced four fumbles, and like he's missed a lot of tackles. But again, the Bengals fixed Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt, their tackling issues. I think they can fix Drew Sanders. I think he has a lot of promise. The Chargers, um, they have too many corners, man. As much as I love Chris Abrams Drain, they have too many corners. I don't think I'm gonna go corner. Linebacker, Jack Campbell. Ooh, Jack Campbell. I'm going Jack Campbell. Like I'm okay with that pick. Uh, excuse me. I'm okay with that pick. I mean, he has 64 tackles in 10 games. That's about 6 tackles a game. Uh, he only has 9 missed tackles this year. He plays both run, pass rush, coverage. He's mainly a coverage guy, but he can also do run defense, which is really good. I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. That pick with Jack Campbell to the Chargers. They need more run stuffers. I think Jack Campbell can help with that. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Edge. I think they gotta go edge. Um, man, I like Gervin Dexter, man. Emmanuel Forbes is still there. They don't need a corner. They don't need a corner. They don't need a corner, Nick. They don't need a corner. I mean, Rasheed Rice is interesting. Is this a team that goes Tyler Van Dyke? Do they go Tyler Van Dyke? I mean, Tyler Van Dyke is definitely draft. Like he should be drafted. I don't like Hendon Hooker, man. I think he's fool's gold. That's the problem. I think I'm gonna go Tyler Van. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. They could fix their run game. Wow. This is hard. I mean, Darnell Washington's right there. He's a pretty solid tight end option. I mean, Kate Oaten though. I like Kate Oaten. This is kind of giving up on Kate Oaten, right? I feel like, yeah, this is. I feel like this is giving up on Kate Oaten. Even if you go for Luke Musgrave or a Dalton Kincaid, maybe I do go tackle. I think I'm gonna go tackle. I'm going Blake Freeland. I think you got to replace Donovan Smith. I think Blake Freeland. Let me say that right. I've been recording for a really long time. I think Blake Freeland is definitely a guy who deserves to be drafted. One has a massive body at 6'8". He is taller. He is a tall man, very tall. He's allowed zero sacks, a few hurries, a few hits, but zero sacks. He plays run defense and pass blocking really well. Has a 90 grade on PFF. I think Blake Freeland to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to play at left tackle role. Uh, and he did play right tackle when he first came into college football, but he's now moved to the left side of the line. I think that'd be really good for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The New England Patriots. Wow, I think I go linebacker, man. Ooh, DeMarvion Overshown. So fun story. I have been in love with DeMarvion Overshown's name since I first heard it in college football, and now I'm in love with him as a player. Yes, he's had a pretty bad season, but 6'4", 220, dude, that is a man. Like he's missed a lot of tackles. That's one of his big problems. But he lines up everywhere: D line, the slot, in the box. Like, you guys don't understand. I might, I might have to go to Marvion Overshown. I'm doing it. DeMarvion Overshown to the Patriots would be a fun thing. I think again, he's a player that has a lot of upside, especially when it comes to fixing his problems. And I think, if anyone's gonna fix him, it's Bill Belichick. The Carolina Panthers, Will Anderson, Gibbs. I think Rasheed Rice is the final pick in that. Is the final pick for them. Uh, yeah, they already have DJ Moore. They have a couple other young guys in the roster, like Terrace Marshall. But Rasheed Rice really is the last guy I think I'd pick. I think that probably is. I mean, Parker Washington maybe. But Rasheed Rice is 6'3", 206. He plays such a different role than DJ Moore does. I mean, he has 100. What's that? Yeah, he has 83 catches for 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns this year. Rasheed Rice has been a monster. And I think the Carolina Panthers have him opposite DJ Moore. They play a very different type of role at wide receiver, and you don't want too many of the same receiver. You don't want five DJ Moores. You want one DJ Moore, one Rasheed Rice, one Terrace Marshall, one Jamar Chase, one Chase Claypool. You want one of everything so you can do different lineups. And I think that's what he offers you. Seattle Seahawks are interesting as well. I think interior offensive line. I'm gonna go John Michael Schmitz. I don't know who their center is. I don't know who the Seattle Seahawks center is, but I do know now with John Michael Schmitz. He's the best center in this class. I like Jarrett Patterson and I like Luke Whippler, but I just don't think they're second round picks right now. I like John Michael Schmitz though towards the very back end of the second round. Next up is the Buffalo Bills. Do I go Parker Washington right after saying I don't think another receiver deserves to be picked? He's 5'10", 215. Man. He's definitely more of a slot guy. They already got Khalil Shakir. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say don't do that. Grabbing another tight end would be interesting though. Going for a Darnell Washington, just adding more weapons to this offense. I might go Jacqueline Roy. I mean, Will McDonald from Iowa State. Will McDonald from Iowa State is definitely a guy I'm interested in. I mm, Ooh, I might go Will McDonald. I mean, Kobe Turner. Is Kobe Turner even on here? No, he's not. Guys, I think I just talked myself. Oh, I did. I'm going Will McDonald. Will McDonald, who's the other Iowa State's? Where is he? Iowa State, Iowa State. Is he also, do they consider him? What? Oh, wait, hold up. Iowa State draft prospect 2023. What's his name? I know, obviously, I know Will McDonald, but it's the pass rusher next to Will McDonald who's been fantastic recently. And I'm gonna forget his name. I want to keep, I want to find it. I want to find it because he's a really good pass rusher. He's been really good this year. I think he's gonna be probably a high second round pick next year. Maybe if he continues this into next year, he can be a first round pick. Um, I just can't remember his name. That's annoying. That's really annoying. He's but edge rusher from Iowa State. Will McDonald's been amazing. You've been really good this year as well. If you see this video and like, I can't think of your name, thank you for being really good. I like, I've watched one Iowa State game where he went off, and people were saying it's because Will McDonald takes up so much leverage, and I believe that. I'm sure it's true. I am gonna go Gervin Dexter to the New York Jets again. I think the Jets can fix him. He has some issues here and there, but I think the Jets are a team that could really use him in rotation. And I think yes, it could go linebacker. But Henry Toa, I'm gonna leave Henry Toa alone for right now. Tennessee Titans could use an offensive tackle. I mean, Cody Mauch is right. Mouch. I don't know how you say his name. They don't need tight end. They have enough tight ends. Receivers, they already have receivers. They have running backs. They have a quarterback. Oh, yes, they could have a quarterback. Maybe interior offensive line. I mean, they had last night against the Packers. They had Aaron Brewer because Ben Jones was out. So I'm gonna go Jarrett Patterson to be their center. Um, Emil Kier as well down here. I like Emil Kier. But I think Jarrett Patterson to play center for them. He's a starter in the second round. That's all you could ask for. That's all you can really ask for. So people can suck it up. I'm gonna go Emmanuel Forbes though to the Dallas Cowboys. The fact that he's fallen this far into the second round, pick him up. Pick him up seriously. Like he is definitely a guy. Excuse me. He's definitely a guy that's is going to go higher than number 57 overall, but he could also go as low as 57 overall. I mean, he's definitely, he's like 5'11 ish. He definitely has room to improve, but I think he's also a guy who could start for you. That's where he's gonna do in Dallas. He's gonna start for them. The Chicago Bears are back on the board. Excuse me. The back on the board. Jacqueline Roy is interesting, but Eli Ricks. Ugh, he is causing me problems. I might have to go Eli Ricks. I mean, Chris Abrams' drain is still right there. He's still right there. I'm going Chris Abrams' drain. He's a wide receiver turned corner. Through 5 games, 9 catches with 3 pass breakups. He's only allowed 104 yards for the first year of him being a corner. I love Chris Abrams' drain, guys. I don't think you understand. I watched Miz just for Chris Abrams' drain. I love drain. He's been really good this year, and I'm a-okay with that pick. The Giants, they could be in Eli Ricks. They could be in Eli Ricks' place. And I think it's definitely a possibility, and I might do it. I mean, he's had not a great season. Like Eli Ricks has not had a good season, but I mean, just the upside of him. I mean, people would take DJ Turner over him, but I'm gonna go Eli Ricks just because of his name recognition from last year. He's definitely had a bad season. I'm not negating that. He's had a very bad season. I'm gonna go Eli Ricks though. I'm gonna trust that he's gonna start improving back to what we know he can be. Um, I'm gonna go Henry To'oTo'o. The Dolphins need so much linebacker help. I think Henry To'oTo'o, yes, he's regressed this season, but again, when you're in a scheme matters over everything. And I think that he can be covered up by their pass rush because they have a lot of pass rush now with Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. Their secondary can play a little bit better next year. I like that. I like that pick for Henry To'oTo'o that late into the draft. The Detroit Lions are back on the board. Darn it! Please stop giving me the Lions, man. I mean, safety could definitely be used. Let me. Am I gonna go Jordan Battle? I mean, I love JL Skinner. I love JL Skinner. Where is he? Safety. JL Skinner. I love JL Skinner. I think I'm gonna go Jordan Battle though. I mean, Jordan Battle. If he would have, it's just. You see, a lot of these players, I know their names. Like Malachi Moore, I don't really watch a lot of Alabama. Surprise, surprise. But I think like Jordan Battle has been a name for the last 2 years that has just been like when he comes out, guys, get ready. And I think I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. The Kansas City Chiefs are back on the board. They could use a safety. Well, no, they no, because they have Justin Reed. I forgot they signed Justin Reed. Um, wow, this is thin pickings for guys that I know. I mean, do you start preparing for the possibility of a Travis Kelsey regression? I mean, this is definitely the draft to do it. I mean, Dalton Kincaid, he's 6 foot 240. He's a run game guy. He's a receiver. I'm going Dalton Kincaid from Utah. I mean, Sam Laporta from Iowa. Iowa should be known as a tight end U. They have produced so many good tight ends in a row. But I like Dalton Kincaid. I think he is a Travis Kelsey replacement down the line. So to get him in the second round, I think can really help you. The Philadelphia Eagles are back on the board. Ooh, 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 ooh. Running back is interesting. They don't have Miles Sanders signed long term. They don't really have anyone after that. I mean, Blake Corum is interesting. 5'8", 210. I think I'm gonna go Blake Corum. He's had a great season so far. I mean, the fact that he's had 1,300 yards in 10 games with 17 touchdowns, I'm gonna go Blake Corum. I mean, he's a touchdown producer. He's gonna have probably 20 touchdowns by the time he's done with the regular season. I'm gonna go Blake Corum for the Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Sanders, I don't think he's gonna get signed long term. They have Kenneth Gainwell. Get Blake Corum to replace Miles Sanders. Ooh, they've gone all offense here, and they might continue it. Because guess what? I think they might go tight end. If I am the Texans, I am building everything I can around my franchise quarterback Bryce Young. I think I'm gonna go Darnell Washington. I mean, he's 6'7", dude. If I'm a quarterback, I want a six. I want a 6'7" uh, tight end. That man can reach into heaven if he wanted to. And he's from Georgia, so he has that winning mentality. Uh, I mean, he's just not producing. I'm gonna go Darnell Washington. I'm okay with that. I mean, I think it's a great draft for the Texans. But yeah, that's my 2 round mock draft. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification to be notified when I post next. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye. Oh, also, let me know what you guys think. Who would you like? What's probably the worst pick? I think the worst pick, in my opinion, was the Gervin Dexter. Was that the Chiefs? No. Oh, who had him? Was it? I can't remember who took him. Hold up, I'm gonna find this real quick. I probably won't actually find this. The Jets took Gervin Dexter. I mean, that's probably one of the worst picks just because, I don't think he's going to be going that high, but I picked him because, hey, that's a team that I think would take him to improve him. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.